Good afternoon, children. This afternoon, we're going to be making our chocolate bird's nests. We're going to need some cooking chocolate, a glass jar or bowl that's clean and can be heated without breaking. And we're going to need some honey or some sort of sticky syrup or treacle, not too sweet. We don't want our cooking to be too sweet. And then we're going to need some cereal. Right, I think the best cereal to make bird's nest with is shredded wheat, but I couldn't get any shredded wheat, so I'm going to use some cornflakes. I suppose you could also make chocolate crispies with Rice Krispies if you've got those. But try and make it with any cereal you might have at home. So the first thing I've got to do is to break some chocolate. Usually they come in bars or buttons, and you get some chocolate and you break them up. They're usually lined in rectangles or squares, and you break them up, put them inside your jar. Right, you are going to need a grown-up for this, because you're going to have to put a saucepan of boiling water onto the stove of water, and then you've got to pop your jar or bowl with your chocolate into the saucepan. So I've got one here ready that's already boiling, and it's got my chocolate in there beginning to melt. So you've got to put that in a saucepan and put it on the stove and boil. I believe you can put it in the microwave, put some boiling water in a bowl and then put the glass bowl inside that, and when the water boils in the microwave it will do the same thing, but I've never done that. So you could look it up or have a go, but I've never actually heated chocolate up in the microwave. I've always done it with boiling water on the stove. Now, boiling water means that it gets to 100 degrees, which is very, very hot. You must stay away from the pan that's boiling, okay? You leave that part to the grown-ups to melt the chocolate for you, okay? You have to be clear of that boiling water. So you stay in where the grown-up said it's safe for you to sit or watch or see. And once that's done, you might need to give it a stir as well, just to loosen it up a bit. So it's almost melted. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to put my cereal into the bowl. So put my cornflakes into a bowl. Okay, make quite a bit. I'm going to make one for me and one for someone else in my family. Now I'm going to use 2 cup cases just to show you today. So this one. Okay. 2. So I'll put those and get those ready while I'm waiting for my chocolate to boil. I can do that. Okay, I'm going to need a small spoon to go with my cereal. Then I am just checking if that's ready. It's almost done. I'll give that another quick stir. Yeah, it's almost ready. So that only took about 5 minutes to melt that chocolate. Okay, until that's completely ready, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of honey onto my cereal. So that's 1. And drizzle it all around so it covers all your cereal. 2. And what the honey does is just helps all your mixture, all your ingredients to stick together. I've actually used 3 for that amount of cereal that I've used. And just slowly, gradually mix it through. You don't want to be too hard with mixing your cereal, because then it will get too crushed. Okay. Now that's beginning to stick together quite well. Okay, and hopefully the chocolate's ready. So I'm going to use my tongs so I don't burn myself, and a tea towel to collect the saucepan. Okay. And I just use my tongs to grab that jar, put it somewhere. So if you can see, that chocolate is nicely melted in there. Okay, so I'm going to put my tongs away, remove the boiling water so that's safely out of the way. Okay, and then I'm going to pour that melted chocolate onto my cereal. You can get it all out. And while I'm pouring, give it a mix, because what happens is the chocolate goes cool again really quickly, so you have to do it quite quickly. So just get all that chocolate into the bowl with the cereal. Try and get as much of it out as possible. You don't want to waste it. It smells absolutely gorgeous if you like chocolate. Okay, so just carefully, the glass is still very hot. It's going to be hot for a while. Okay, so be very careful with the glass. That's also a grown-up job. Okay, so I've got my chocolate and my honey in with my cereal, and just make sure all the cereal is covered in chocolate. Okay, so you want to turn it over more than mix it. You just make sure you're turning the chocolate onto the cereal. Oops, a bit messy there. Okay, so just continue turning the chocolate, making sure you get all the chocolate to cover your cereal. Okay, I think I could have probably used a bit more chocolate, but that's okay. Okay, so when you're doing it, you can use a bit more chocolate because you probably want it to be a bit darker than that, like a bird's nest. Because the birds, what do they use to make their nests? I don't think they use cereal, do they? No. Yeah, they use feathers and twigs and sticks and mud. So often birds' nests are brown in colour. So can you see it's turned colour now? All my cornflakes has been covered with honey, which is sticking it together, chocolate, which is giving it that nice brown colour. So, okay, I've got a cupcase. I'm going to start filling my cupcase with the mixture. Okay, so I put it in there. What I actually want to create with my mixture is I want around the sides of a mixture to be higher, so it leaves like in the center a place for what goes in the middle of eggs. Do you think in the middle of nests? Yeah, I think that's where the eggs sit when the birds lay their eggs, and once they've hatched, that's where the chicks will be until they're grown big enough to fly. So we need to make sure there's a little ditch, a little bit in the middle. Okay, so when that's done, you can use the back of your spoon to just kind of press it and mold it into shape. Okay, so when that's full, you can fill however many you want. It's up to you how many you make. I think once you make these, everyone in your family is going to want a special treat. So if I was you, I'd make 1 or 2 for every member in your family. So I'm just going to continue doing that. Now, once these are done and they're in your cup cases, you need to pop them on a plate and place them in the fridge for a while. Now, putting them in the fridge will chill them, and then the chocolate, the honey will set on your cereal and it become nice and hard. Okay, now once that's set, you're going to need some eggs. Now, I don't have chocolate eggs, and I thought a healthy option, something that is egg-shaped and oval, I could use some grapes or some blueberries. Okay, so once it's set and it's been in the fridge, I'm just going to pop some blueberries and some grapes into my bird's nest, and then I can give them as a treat for my family. So have fun. They need about 20 minutes, half an hour in the fridge to set. Okay, So remember, you need a grown-up to help you to do this, especially when using the cooker, the oven. It's very important that you do not go near the oven or the boiling water. You could do lots of mixing, and best of all, you can do lots of tasting. Okay, have a fun making your chocolate bird's nest, and I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.